Hi guys, just doing a little guide here on how to do some of the anomalies that you'll have in null space. Um, so here in Imentia, we've got angel rat sites, and I'm going to basically show you how I'd recommend to do them. There is definitely a variety of different ships that you can use when doing these particular sites. I'm going to be just focused on doing the Haven sites, which are the highest ones that we can get here are the most dangerous, or the hardest, if you want to put it like that. And the ship that I'm going to be using today is the Ishtar. A great ship for doing this. It's almost it's almost completely AFKable. Um, and this little ship here, great little ship, little drone boat. I'll show you how we've got it fit. The whole purpose of this fit is basically to have it sig tanking, essentially. You're basically going to go in, depending on how you like to play, I will usually warp in about 30 Ks. I'll then orbit on the site, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'll turn everything on. I can have, because it's cap stable, we can have this shield booster and the afterburner running non-stop with the hardener on. I'll simply then drop out the drones. On this particular fit, we use Berserkers is what we want to use. Berserkers 1 or 2, depending on your skill set. And we've also got an auto-targeting system here as well. So as soon as we get targeted by the rats, we will then auto-target them, and our drones will continue to attack them all. I've just shown an example of the fitting here in the fitting screen. So we can see in the highs we've got the auto targeting system, excuse me. We've just got a Tech 1 extra large Clarity Ward shield booster here, 10 mm afterburner. We've got a cap battery. We've got a Tech 2 multi-spectrum shield hardener, which gives plus to all resists. We've got an assault damage control unit. If it gets a bit hairy, sometimes in some of the bigger spawns, you might need to pop this just to reduce the damage until you take care of. Usually, it's when there's a couple targeting painting rats in the spawn, and once you've taken care of them, the damage will then drop down, and you'll be able to take it quite easily. We've got the 3 drone damage amplifiers there. Some capacitor flux coils to make this fit cap stable, and then the rigs there. We've got a EM reinforcement rig just to fill that pocket up, that damage resist up, and then the medium control circuit there as well to assist with the cap. For the drones, there is some warriors there, and then berserkers, depending on your skill set. Berserkers Tech 1 or Tech 2, and you basically are going to use Berserkers the whole time. The Warriors are just there as a backup if something goes really wrong and for some reason you need to have some additional drones there to take care of. Maybe you got attacked by a frigate or something like that, or that for some reason that you weren't paying attention or your Berserkers died. I sort of prefer to use Berserkers 1. Sometimes I feel like they get targeted less by the rats sometimes, whereas I seem to lose a lot of Berserker 2s. They seem to just catch aggro a lot of the time. Anyway, so that's the build. Cap stable. You are also able to use a variety of different ships. But the Ishtar does work very well. And if you don't quite have the skill set to get into the Ishtar yet, you can have very similar fits with the Vexor as well, which produce quite similar results, but it's just not as powerful as the Ishtar. Anyway, let's get onto system and do a couple of the sites so we can see how those go. We're outside now the station, and we're going to get ready to choose a site and warp into it. Now, the site that we're going to go to is one of the cosmic anomalies in the system. If you don't know how to be able to view them, what you'll need to do is you need to go to your probe scanner. So down next to your HUD where you can see your shield, armor, and structure. One of these little icons here is for scanners. And the one that we want to be looking at today is for the probe scanner. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just re-access that again, and I keep mine over on the right here. Obviously, however you have it set up is up to you, but you will need to, that's one of the easiest ways to be able to view all of the anomalies in the system is through the probe scanner. So I'll have that window open. What I'll do then is I'll select the site that I want to choose. Like I mentioned before, I'm just going to go do the havens. If you want to have a look at the list of the sites from the, it looks like someone else is off to do some sites there as well. If you want to look at the list of what is easiest to hardest, I can provide a link in the description of the video. But today we're going to do some havens. So what I want to do is I'm going to just select one at random, and I'm going to warp in at 30. What I'm also going to do as I'm warping in is I'm going to make sure that I've activated my modules, putting on the hardener, the shield booster, and I'm also going to turn on the auto targeting system as we're warping in. It looks like I need to wait till I land to turn that on. That's fine. Once I land, I'm going to select an object in the site, and I'm going to orbit that at 30 k's. So I can have a quick look here. Usually I'll select this harvester object, and I'll simply select to orbit that at 30 k's. I'll turn on the afterburner, activate the auto targeting system, and shortly we should start to see some of the NPCs spawn in. And once they've spawned in, I'll just give it a moment for them to start to aggro, and then I'll drop out the drones and go ahead and start to clear the site. There we go. We can see them all in the overview and right in front of us in space. Might just target a few of them up there. And we should be pretty good from now, so I'll simply grab my drones, just drop and drag it straight from the folder, and they're off and away. And they should be good as long as the ships are still always targeting you. They will go in and attack them. If I need to, obviously, I can redirect them to attack any individual ship that I like. But pretty much at this point, you can just kick back and let them do their thing. If you do find that they are taking damage, you should immediately pull them back, and then put them back into your drone bay and wait until the ships have all targeted you again, and then drop them back out. Sometimes I find that if I have started a site and then I needed to leave the site halfway through, maybe because there was a newt in system or something was happening like that, that when I've returned to the site, that sometimes the aggro can be a bit funny, and I might my drones might get attacked continuously, and it's quite difficult. Some strategies for that could be just going to a different site, or docking your ship up and undocking again can also help with that as well. Anyway, we'll continue to do the site, and as we get towards the very last spawn, we'll have a look at how to identify what the last spawn of the haven is, and then there's basically the three different types of scenarios that we could expect with that last spawn. Okay guys, we can see here this is the final spawn, the final wave. Quite a large spawn, battleships, battle cruisers. And what we're looking for is we can see here that there has actually been a domination spawn, a faction spawn, which has got a nice bounty. We can see there's a 9.3 million bounty on this one. And hopefully we'll drop some good loot as well. It's also target baiting us, so we probably should kill it, otherwise we're going to get a lot of damage from the rest of the group. The other thing that you want to pay attention to in this last wave, though, is as well as the chance to get a domination spawn, you also might spawn a dreadnought spawn. Okay, so that is a capital sized rat that will annihilate you extremely quickly. You basically need to use another dreadnought or an extremely geared um, like marauder to be able to tank it even, but generally another capital ship is used to basically fight it. And you need to pay attention. So that's why you look for that spawn, see if it's there. If it is there, get out. Get out and either yourself or someone else who has a capital ship, a dreadnought or something, then to be able to come in and clear that for you. The bounties on the dreadnought NPCs can be 60 mil if it's a regular, or 120 if it's a faction spawn. The loot on them, I haven't really had anything good that's dropped off them so far, but you might be looking, you know, maybe anywhere between 5 and 10 sort of mil for the loot. And another thing that can happen from clearing these sites that we'll find out after we kill the last spawn is if it actually escalates to a 10 out of 10 DED site, which is essentially what we're farming this for. Ooh, what did we get? A domination 100 afterburner worth 33 mil, so that's great. Let's just loot that. And we're just finishing off another site here, and you can see that we have got the escalation to the 10 out of 10 DED site, the Angel Cartel Naval Shipyard. So you'll see the little box will pop up on the screen just like this when you clear basically all of the ships in the site, and then you can go to the agency tab there and to the escalation part, and you'll be able to see the system that your escalation is in. We also have a program within the alliance that you can post your escalations, and other people will buy them off you if you don't have the capacity or that you didn't want to do that one yourself. And this final clip I've got here, guys, is just to show you what the Dreadnought NPC spawn looks like. So if you have a look at the overview there, we can see it is the you know, large diamond shape there, and named Angel Dreadnought. So if you see one of these, like I mentioned earlier, and you are not in a capital ship, I would probably advise that you get out of there as soon as possible and either ship into a capital or get one of your court mates to assist you to get that removed, as you don't want to leave it around in case you lose a ship to it. And I'll just leave the rest of the footage here, and you can see me finish that one off, and you can see its bounty there for 60 mil. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Yeah, and enjoy. Best of luck with your rating.